radio turned off?
I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Well, my name is Sonya BBL, and I'm glad to be here. I have known Melinda for many years. Our kids were in Montessori school together back when she lived in Columbus, and I am really glad that she's part of my life. And I am glad to be here sharing with her new friends in Findlay about something that's near and dear to me. I know you all don't know me, but what you'll see on Facebook if you decide to friend me is that the things that I talk about are things that I'm passionate about. I try not to air my dirty laundry, but I try to keep it positive, and I talk about my family. I talk a lot about my work with a nonprofit, and most recently I do a lot of talking about these two ladies that you see up here. They are Doctors Katie Rodan and Kathy Fields, and they're the two doctors who created and formulated Proactive back in the 1990s. And most everybody has heard about Proactive. They have done a phenomenal job of really taking over the acne market. It's my understanding that they own 93% of the market, which is pretty amazing after all of these years. And the two ladies, they're Stanford-trained doctors. They have a lot of credentials. They both have their own independent dermatology offices in different parts of California. And right now they're in the process of revolutionizing the anti-aging market, which I had no idea how much people were spending on anti-aging. And some of the estimates are above $3 billion per year, which is just absolutely knocks my socks off. And as I got into my 40s, I lost about 50 pounds and I watched my face fall. And I was like, okay, I really don't like what I'm looking at in the mirror anymore. And I started keeping an eye out for things, and this was one of the things that came to mind. So I have a short video that I'd like to share with you that the doctors have created, and I'll tell you that they're doctors, they're not actresses. So I always find them kind of humorous, but it's really fun to watch, and you really get to the heart of the business. So forgive me, let me get this started.
I'm Dr. Kathy Fields, and this is my business partner and best friend, Dr. Katie Rodan.
For years, we've been known as the creators of Proactive, a simple idea that helped millions of people take control of their acne and find the self-esteem that comes from a clear, healthy-looking complexion.
But today, what makes us most proud is that people recognize us as the founders of Rodan and Fields. As we've embarked on this new journey in skincare and entrepreneurialism, we're seeing results that have exceeded our expectations, and we're only just getting started.
As practicing dermatologists, we know what a huge difference healthy, beautiful skin can make in a person's life. With Rodan and Fields, everyone has access to the treatments and advice we give our patients to address their everyday skin concerns, from sensitive skin to sun damage, and of course, no surprise, the #1 issue of them all, fighting the signs of aging.
What may surprise you is how young many of our patients are. It's not just baby boomers. Today, women and men of all ages get it. We're all aging up and want to take control of our skin's future.
With that translates to big business.
With your help, we're out to own the anti-aging skincare market by providing products that really work without a prescription or a visit to a dermatologist's office.
The best way to do that is to partner with people like you, people who see the huge opportunity here that we see. And that's why we set our products free from the glass counters at department stores and chose direct selling.
Oh, but direct selling, you may be skeptical, and that's okay. We were too. But once we set our preconceptions aside, we discovered that direct selling is not only a legitimate business model, but the only way to help so many people get access to dermatologic skincare.
Think about it. Technology has dramatically changed the way we shop. The recommendation of a friend is just a click away, shifting the power of influence of buying decisions from corporations to you.
Rodan and Fields is defining the future of social commerce. Together with the integrity and passion of our network of independent consultants, we are proving direct selling to be an important and relevant economic model.
And you don't just have to take our word for it. Industry accolades, award-winning programs, and extensive beauty press coverage for our effective products are all proof that our model is working.
But what is most impressive to us is the caliber of people who have joined us as independent business owners. They share our vision, and in the process, they are changing their lives and the lives of others.
We could tell you firsthand, there is nothing more rewarding than having your own business on your own terms. As my dad always said, be your own boss and make your own money. And this business allows you to do just that.
With the flexibility to choose to work from home or in office, part-time or full-time, we're seeing people create supplemental or replacement incomes, and in some cases, creating personal wealth beyond their wildest expectations.
And that's what gets us going every day, knowing that our products in this business are not only changing people's skin, but they're empowering people to change their financial future in a very meaningful way.
So what can you expect when you join our Rodan & Fields team? Better looking skin, connections to great people, opportunity for personal growth, and your own piece of the growing multi-billion-dollar anti-aging skincare market.
And that's why we say, skin, it's a beautiful thing.
Wear it well.
Okay, the first time that my son saw this video and saw them fist bumping, he was like, Mom, really? Seriously? I'm like, hey, just let them be who they are. So anyway, so those are the doctors that have created all the lovely products that you see on the table over there. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about the different regimens that we offer. All of the regimens are multi-med therapy, and it took me a little while to understand what that is. It's the right ingredients, in the right order, and the right products. I probably just said that wrong, but they're formulated to work together. We don't piecemeal things because they've been clinically tested to work together in a particular order. And all of the lines, including Unblemish and Soothe, they all contain anti-aging components. So even if anti-aging is not your primary concern, you'll get that as part of the products as well. They've done extensive clinical studies on every single product. The industry standard is 8 weeks, where Rodan & Fields always does a minimum of 12 weeks. So I think that adds great value because they've really gone over and beyond to make sure that the quality is there and they can really stand behind the products, because they're starting out with Proactive, which has a wonderful, strong history of being a great product line, and they want to make sure that what they're now sharing with the public is equally as good. One of the things that was really important to me when I decided to become a consultant was the 60-day money-back empty bottle guarantee. And what that means is you have a 60-day period from the time that you order the products that you can use every single drop that's in all of your containers. And if you don't get the results that you want, you can send it back. They don't give you equal credit for more product. If the product doesn't work, why would you want more? To me, that just doesn't make any sense, but they will give you your money back. In the 8 months that I've been doing this, I've had exactly one return, and once her product, the bottles got back to the company, it only took 2 days for her to get the money back in her account. It was no questions asked. You fill out a little form. It was very easy, and that gave me a comfort level when I was approaching my friends that if I was asking them to invest in this skincare, that I knew that it was kind of the safeguard. And I'm amazed that only one person has returned in all this time. So that's wonderful. No animal testing, zero, none. For a lot of people, that's really important, including myself. And the last piece was another one of the things that helped me make my decision to become a consultant, because as you know, I'm a graphic designer. I am not a dermatologist. I have no intent of going to medical school or anything like that. But I have access, and through me you have access, to nurses that are available for questions all day, 5 days a week. And we can email them, we can call them. If you become a preferred customer, you have direct access to them, and they can help us if you experience any issues or just have general questions. So it's a really great resource for people like me. Well, I wanted to share, before I talk about the individual products, there are 3 different ways to buy. You can buy retail, which is just like going to Amazon or any other website, which is full price and you pay the shipping. Fine and dandy. There's a preferred customer option, which You basically sign up, you pay a lifetime cost of $19.95 to buy in, if you will, and it's like going to Sam's Club or going to Barnes & Noble or something where, you know, you would have a card. It gives you 10% off all products and free shipping, and it's a pretty amazing deal. But the best deal, of course, is if you decide to become a consultant. You get 25% off all products, and there are different flash sales and special offers. You'll have early access to new products, and you have the option to actively sell. You can just use the 25% off discount for yourself, or you can decide to sell to others. So those are the 3 different ways to buy. But of course, the fun part of this program is to actually share about the products. And I have to tell you that Unblemish is what opened up my eyes. I've never had acne. I'll be the first one to say I was blessed with skin that I didn't break out even when I was a teenager. And but my friend Laura, who is not in this picture, but I was watching her at church, and we had gone to Haiti together, and she would get some pretty scary blemishes, honestly, and it always used to pain me to see her, and I'm like, that has got to hurt. But I watched her face clear up in about 30 days, and I was just like, okay, what are you doing? What are you using? Not that I need it myself, but it definitely piqued my curiosity because I'd known her for so long, and I watched her face clear up, and then I started seeing her posts about Rodan and Fields, and I'm like, all right, what are you doing? And she approached me, and she shared with me that it was, you know, she had used the Unblemished regimen and had great results. Not unlike this lady. Now, she did use it for 6 months, and but it really, I mean, her forehead just absolutely stuns me. And do I know her personally? No, but I do know Laura, and watching her face cleared up just really piqued my interest. And then as I started doing research and seeing all these other pictures, you know, I ran across this one of Jenna Boyd from the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants. And it's my understanding that she struggled with acne for a very long time and had been on different regimens. And it wasn't until she was on Unblemish that she really cleared up. And then to get rid of her brown spots that the acne had left, she switched over to Reverse, and she was so pleased with her results that she is now not only an actress, but she is an active Rodan and Fields consultant. Not only a customer, but also a consultant. Acne knows no gender. It doesn't know any race either, and our products are formulated to work no matter what gender and race you are. This poor guy. Oh my goodness, his story is amazing. I've read it before, and just hearing about his journey from being really insecure to this very confident young man as he used the products was amazing. It's not limited to use only on your face. A lot of people have, I don't know if it's a technical term, but acne, where they get acne on different parts and especially on their back. And this 17-year-old was using it on his back and had absolutely amazing results. So, that is Unblemished, and you might recognize this nose. That's my daughter. She's been using Unblemished for her acne, and we decided to go ahead and try the regimen that was suggested for her blackheads, because as you can see in her before picture, she had blackheads everywhere. And she used the Unblemished sulfur wash and our microderm abrasion paste 4 times over the period of 2 weeks. And this was her after. And I knew it would work. I had every confidence that it was, but I have to say I was shocked. I was so surprised that her skin was pink and it wasn't, pitted with all those little black spots, and she was happy. And she's now continued with that, and sometimes she gets a little bit behind. I'm like, Hannah, go use your stuff. And as soon as she does, she gets back to these beautiful results, and I've really seen her confidence level rise. I think it's hard enough to be a teenager, and if there's something that I as a parent can do to help her overcome even that one hurdle, it's a good day. It's a good day. So we have another great product. It's called Reverse, and this is for sun damage and any sort of brown spots, discoloration, melasma, pregnancy mask, and it's pretty amazing. It reduces all the brown spots from aging. It brightens your skin. It will often even out your complexion, and it exfoliates, which is pretty awesome for one regimen to be able to do all of that. Again, it works on any skin tone, it doesn't matter, but the brightness that she achieved and how much more smooth everything looks is just amazing.
Huge.
Just amazing. This one always blows me away. She always blows me away when I look at her pictures. I mean, to me, I look at her and I watch the years just drop off. And she used Reverse for 3 months. And we also have an awesome product called our Lip Renewing Serum that's pretty amazing. It works on all of the fine lines around your lips, and it's awesome.
I need that.
It's awesome. I'll give you some.
Okay.
I'll give you some. And it helps repair any damage that you have. I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. Darlene is a consultant, and just the difference in, again, it just evened out her skin tone, and she's so much brighter and fresher. She's, you know, clearly got that beautiful smile and those gorgeous eyes, but even the circles under her eyes are lighter, and she's just stunning. She's just stunning. But as soon as I can get my clicker to work, this lady is a friend of mine. Her name is Jody, and she's actually 2 people above me in the company. She is a Lexus Achiever, and she has recently reached the highest pay level in the company. She's been with the company for less than 18 months, and within the first 9 months of her business, she was able to retire her husband, who is a police officer. So he went to work, you know, for her Rodan and Fields business, and if memory serves me, within 12 months, she retired. She was a forensic nurse, and now they do Rodan and Fields all the time. That is their main income source for both of them. And she used Reverse for 9 months, but I look at this and I swear she's like 15 years younger. It shocks me. And I was just at convention with her in September in Atlanta, and she is just this beautiful. It really validates things when I see people in person. I'm like, I've used your picture on my presentation. And you go and, you know, people feel like celebrities because it's everyday people achieving the skin that they've always wanted. And she's an outdoors girl, and, you know, it just evened out her skin tone and took away so much of her sun damage. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. So Soothe. This one is near and dear to my heart as well, because it's what my son uses. It is for sensitive skin and any sort of facial redness. He has eczema, and we didn't know that it was eczema for a long time. It was amazing that our doctor never determined that that was what the deal was. We tried all sorts of creams, and there was a mousse that we used on his head, and these steroids and all these different things that never made much of a difference. And Soothe is the first thing that's worked for him. It's formulated for hypersensitive complexions. It helps with any sort of facial redness, whether it's eczema or rosacea or psoriasis or any of those things like that. And it doesn't cure those things, but it deals with the redness and the discomfort that comes along with them. So I wanted to share some different pictures. This gentleman, you know, you can start to see just in 15 minutes how much Soothe helped him. And after 3 months of consistent use, his complexion is amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You know, this lady, rosacea for 7 years, and was not having any good results. And her results were so good after a month that she became a consultant. And honestly, that's where a lot of the consultants come from, is they've tried the products, they've worked for either themselves, a family member, or somebody that they know, and they know that, you know, it works. Soothe is amazing for people who get really bad razor burn. It really helps to calm the skin after shaving, and just helps them be more comfortable. And there's a lovely picture of eczema, typical eczema. And I'm not sure how many uses this was, but it's the only thing so far that has worked for my son. His latest place to get it is right on the corners of his nose. And he will come out, he's 13 years old, he'll come out and he'll say, where is your skin stuff? That skin stuff is what he calls it. I'm like, you know, someday you can actually call it Soothe, but for right now I can live with that skin stuff. but he will self-motivate and go and use it because it's the only thing that offers him relief. And I'm just pleased as punch that I get to help him with that. This little guy, eczema, the worst case of eczema I've ever seen. I don't even share the pictures of him without his top on. He was hospitalized 4 times because he would itch so bad from his eczema that he got MRSA and was in the hospital. And after 3 days of consistent soothe use, this was his skin. It cleared up most everything. And I can't imagine it being in those parents' shoes and seeing your child like that and actually finding something that works for them.
Wow.
Sometimes sensitive skin actually looks almost like acne, and sometimes you don't need Unblemished to treat it. You're actually using Soothe. Just amazing results, amazing results. So last but not least, okay, this is what I use. I'll admit it, when I lost the weight, wrinkles stacked on. I look like my dad, and my dad is 74. And I'm like, no, it's too early for that. Because I have the same patterns. I look at the little crisscrosses that he has this pattern that goes underneath his eyes, and I look just like him.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, When I saw that this other stuff worked, I was like, this is what I'm trying, and I love it. Redefine is the most popular seller that we have. It's a combination of cosmetic ingredients with proven peptide technology. And peptides are the most wonderful things for your skin that you can imagine. It increases the firmness, it smooths, it reduces pore size. You can read everything up there, but the results are what blows me away. The multifunction eye cream, I've told my husband if I am ever not an active consultant, I expect Santa Claus to bring me this every single year, and I expect it for my anniversary as well, because that is the single product that I can't live without anymore. It has completely taken away all of my darkness under my eyes. It's helped with my crow's feet. It's helped lift up here. I absolutely love it.
I love it too.
Yeah. Yes, Melinda's using some too. This lady blows my mind every time I look at her pictures, and I'm so glad that people have documented their progress so well, because you can see that it's clearly the same woman, but her progress is amazing. It's amazing, and it also shows, she used it from here to here. That's an 8-month period. People expect results overnight, and there are very, very few products that do that. I would guess she's in her 60s, forgive me if she's not. And to reverse those kind of lines, fine lines and wrinkles in 8 months, I think is amazing. I think it's absolutely amazing. This is Marie,
Wow.
and one of her favorite products is our macro exfoliator, which I have to show you. Because I've told Doug the other thing is that I want to keep this as part of my repertoire no matter what. This is our macro exfoliator, and what's amazing about it is that I didn't even know what a macro exfoliator was before this, and I said, what the heck is that? And it's this groovy little tool that's electric, and it has a diamond tip on it, and basically what it does is it polishes the surface of your face. 5 minutes with this in a week, you will take off approximately 5 million dead skin cells. Those dead skin cells are what clog up your pores, can help, provide blemishes. That makes it sound like it's a bonus. They cause blemishes, and this is like when you're sanding a piece of wood, it's that fine grit sandpaper that gives it that ultra smooth surface, and that's what this does. And the amazing thing is, I looked at it and I was terrified. I'm like, what in the world am I supposed to do with that? It kind of scared me. So I poured through the catalog to make sure that I understood it, but it's so easy to use. They've made it almost foolproof. When you hit the power switch, you get this display that shows you, okay, you look at the way that the arrows go, and it's going to show you which direction you're going to pull. And you'll hold your skin, and you'll literally go like this. And the great thing is that the arrows will change. There's a timer down here, and it will count down from 1 minute, because it wants you to do your cheeks for 1 minute, 30 seconds each cheek. Then it will beep, and then it will show you arrows in a different direction. I believe the nose is next, but don't quote me on that. And it will time everything, so it changes the frequency with which you're using it, because you'll notice the tone goes up and down. You know, this skin is not as delicate as this skin, so it will change how hard it's working.
Okay.
And it will tell you how long to do everything. You'll go on your neck, across your forehead, around the corner of your eyes and everything. But it tells you how to do everything. You follow the pictures. You don't even have to have words that go with it. And as far as cleaning, you pull out the top like this, and mine doesn't currently have a filter in it, but there's a tiny little filter that goes in here. You'll change that out each time. You'll twist this little guy and just either blow it out to get out any,
Sure.
you know, dead skin, or run it under some water and let it dry. But it takes, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to change everything out. You put it on the charger, and you're ready to go for the next time. It comes with the base, it comes with the tweezers, it comes with everything that you need for a year,
Awesome.
with the exception of, they have these awesome cooling gels that come along with it, because after you've used it, when you've taken off that many dead skin cells, your skin can be a little bit sensitive.
Okay.
So it comes with these cooling gels, and each one comes in its own little capsule. You clip off the end and you squeeze it out and then apply it to your face.
Okay.
And some people prefer to refrigerate these so it's extra cooling.
Nice.
So it's really, really nice. So the first time that I used my Macro E, Doug was already in bed. It was around midnight, because I'm a late owl, what can I say? He was asleep. And I went in and I finally did it, and I was touching my face, and I was so happy, and I went in and I poked it. And I'm like, feel my face. And he's like, what? I said, feel my face. And he's like, you did not just wake me to touch your face. I'm like, I did. I did. And he was just, I mean, he still gives me a hard time, because I call it my boyfriend, because I look forward to seeing him every week. You only get to do it once a week. It always makes me feel good. You know, and it's all about me. So,
Right,
you know,
exactly.
the Macro E is my boyfriend, and I have a date with him every week. So,
I need a boyfriend.
exactly. Sometimes I think I need another boyfriend. But, so this little blue tool is pretty amazing as well. It is another favorite of mine, but I don't know, it doesn't compete with the Macro E for me, but its job is firmness. This is called the Amp MD, and it's named that way very appropriately because it amps up your results. When you use the Amp MD, like in these pictures, she was using the Redefined regimen, the 4-product regimen, as well as the Amp MD. And you roll it on your neck or wherever it is that you want to experience more firmness. Like as we age, this starts to go a little bit. The neck, you know, those are pretty common places, you know, your cheeks and your jowls. Yep. And you roll it and you lift each time because it has these tiny, tiny micro needles. In fact, let me show it to you. And you can do it on your hand if you'd like. It feels a bit like a cat's tongue. And you don't have to press very hard. Here you go.
Okay.
But that is the Amp MD, and if you look at it, you can see the needles are there, but they're so small. I mean, you can almost not even see them. But
I feel them on the back of my hand.
Yeah. It creates micro channels in your skin. And when you have those little channels, the product is able to get further and deeper down under those first layers of skin. So it's an aerator. Actually, my daughter hates when I say that. She's like, Mom, don't compare it to doing something in your grass. That's what dogs do.
I'm sure.
But it's truly what it does. It allows the product to get underneath the skin, and you know, your body reacts by saying, hey, let's shoot some more collagen up there.
Yeah.
And you know, collagen is what gives skin the elasticity. So collagen is your friend as well as the Amp MD. And it does come with a cleaning kit and these little purifying capsules. Whenever I do a demonstration like this, I always go home and I clean it because people have touched all over it and everything. But it's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing.
The capsules go on after?
Yes.
Okay.
After you roll, which if you're using it in a regimen, the first step of your regimen is always some sort of cleanser. It depends which regimen you're using, but it's always some sort of a cleanser. The second step is the toner, which is, you've cleaned the slate and now you're ready to apply the good stuff. And then you would roll after the toner, which would be before you're putting on the treatment.
Okay, okay,
And then you go on with the rest of your regimen.
okay.
So, the lip renewing serum that I was
Yes.
telling you about, I mean, look at the lines up here.
Yes.
It works really well, and the thing that I didn't know for a long time is you can use the Amp-N-V roller. You can roll your lips gently, and even outside of your lips,
Yeah.
right around there, and then you put the lip renewing serum on, and I always go very generously outside of my lips, but it's taking care of almost all of the lines that I was starting to develop.
Right.
And
You have those.
pardon me, for me, that was like a telltale sign. It was like, I don't want those. I
Yeah.
don't want those. I know crow's feet, if you look at my family, I'm gonna have crow's feet, but I can soften them. But this, for some reason, it was unacceptable to me. And the lip renewing
Me too.
serum is amazing. And last, but definitely not least, this is our new product that just was released in September. It's called Acute Care. I have a sample that I'd like to show you. What's in these little moisture-proof pouches is wonderful goodness here. This is an Acute Care patch, and I'll pass it around in a moment. What it does is, if you see all those little teeny tiny, they almost look like dots that are all over it, that is hyaluronic acid. And it's been formed, they use semiconductor technology to form it into cones. And, pardon me, I've got a tickle in my throat. They formed it into cones, and there are about 125 perfectly identical cones on there. And suspended right in the middle of the hyaluronic acid is 0.01% of the peptide. And the interesting thing that I'm understanding about peptides is they have to be kept completely stable, or they basically disintegrate and they're not effective. So the technology to create these and make sure that they stay exactly where they need to be until they're disseminated into your skin is really critical. And what's interesting is these can't even be made in the United States yet. The technology doesn't exist here.
Wow.
I'm not sure where they're being made, but I'm very happy that they're here. So basically, they work like a Band-Aid, where the white part around the edge is an adhesive. It's just like when you have a Band-Aid and you tear that off and then you apply it to your skin, and that's basically what you would do here. You take it out of the moisture-proof pouch and out of the plastic container, being very careful not to touch the cones, because that's where the product is and we want to keep that intact. And what you'll do is decide which line it is that you want to work on. And for her, she wanted to work on her what I call smile line. And she even opted to put one, do you see that scar? She has a scar right here, and it's my understanding that was from an encounter with a dog many years ago. And she decided that she would try it. And you put them on very carefully, and you'll take your finger and you'll go right around the edge, because you want to make sure that there's a really good seal. Because when you take off a Band-Aid, you know how that skin is always really moist? You've trapped the moisture in there because your skin is always losing moisture. And with Acute Care, pardon me, the moisture is what makes the hyaluronic acid start to dissolve. And it will dissolve directly right into the wrinkle. That's why you apply it right where you want it to work, because it will dissolve right into it, which in other fillers, that's exactly where they'd be putting the syringe in. Well, Sonya doesn't do needles. This makes me much happier because it is non-invasive and I can do it at home. And if I'm getting results like this after,
That's huge.
a couple uses, it's amazing. And the nice thing is you can use it at many different spots. People have different things that they're concerned about, crow's feet. After a couple of uses, it's pretty amazing. Hyaluronic acid is what's in babies, that when you squeeze them, they're always so plush and squishy. Your body naturally makes it, but as we age, we don't make as much of it. So this restores it in those specific spots. I mean, underneath her eyes, it just blows me away. It just blows me away after one night, one use. Now, everybody's results are different. Not everybody will get these dramatic results after one use, but after a full month of use, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. We call those the 11 lines, and look at how much softer they are after just one use. The forehead is a typical place. I call these my racing stripes, and I keep putting them on, and they're getting softer and softer. They're not gone yet, but I'm very pleased with the results that I'm getting, especially because I have no intention of ever going under a needle. I will do that if I have to, but not voluntarily, not at this point in my life. So last but not least, I would like to share with you that acute care is not officially going to be launched until January 2015. However, if you sign up today as a preferred customer, you can, oh, I have to change that. Our date has changed. There is going to be a one-day special on October 22nd where you can